Day 1. A small figure huddles against the iron railings of Buckingham Palace. Security cameras zoom in. Guards exchange worried glances. But the boy doesn't move. Day 2. The media arrives. Abandoned child camps outside palace. The headlines scream. Social media explodes. Boy at the gates starts trending worldwide. But still, no one knows who he is or why he's there. The boy looks maybe 8 years old. Dirty blonde hair matted against his head. Clothes that haven't been changed in days. He clutches a worn teddy bear and a crumpled piece of paper that he won't let anyone see. Every time security approaches, he backs away, shaking his head frantically. "I'm waiting," he whispers. "I have to wait." Day 3. The crowd grows larger. News vans line the street. Protesters demand action. "How can the royal family ignore a suffering child?" they chant. The palace releases a statement. "We are working with appropriate authorities to ensure the child's welfare." But the boy refuses help from social services. He won't give his name, won't say where he's from. He just sits there, eyes fixed on the palace gates, clutching that mysterious piece of paper. The nation watches. Hearts break. Questions multiply. Then something unprecedented happens. A black Range Rover pulls up to the side gate. Not the main entrance where the crowds gather, but a smaller, more private entrance used by senior royals. The door opens, and out steps a figure that makes the entire country hold its breath. Kate Middleton, the Princess of Wales. But she's not in her usual elegant attire. She's wearing jeans, sneakers, and a simple sweater. Her hair is pulled back in a casual ponytail. She looks normal, human. She walks directly toward the boy. Security tries to intervene, but she waves them off with a gentle but firm gesture. The cameras go wild. Photographers push against barriers, but Kate ignores them all. Her focus is entirely on the small figure by the fence. She approaches slowly, like you would a frightened animal. Gets down on her knees in the dirt and grass, not caring about her clothes. For a moment she just sits there beside him, saying nothing. The boy looks up, startled. His eyes widen with recognition, but also something else. "Hope?" "Hello," Kate says softly. "I'm Kate. What's your name?" The boy stares at her for a long moment. Then, in a voice barely above a whisper, he says, "Tommy." "Hello, Tommy. I've been watching you on the news. You've been waiting here for a while, haven't you?" Tommy nods, gripping his teddy bear tighter. "What are you waiting for, sweetheart?" Tommy's bottom lip trembles. He looks down at the crumpled paper in his hand, then back up at Kate. Very slowly, he unfolds it. It's a child's drawing, crayon on construction paper. A stick figure woman with long brown hair wearing a crown stands next to a stick figure boy. At the top in shaky handwriting it says, "For the princess. From Tommy. I need help." Kate's breath catches. Her eyes fill with tears as she looks at the simple, heartbreaking artwork. "You drew this for me?" she asks gently. Tommy nods. My teacher said princesses help people, and I don't have anywhere to go." The words tumble out then, a flood of pain and confusion from a child too young to carry such burdens. His mother left 6 months ago. His father drinks and gets angry. His grandmother, the only person who truly loved him, died last week. The social workers want to put him in a home, but he's scared. I thought maybe if I waited long enough, if I was brave enough, maybe the princess would see me, maybe she'd help. Kate doesn't hesitate. She opens her arms, and Tommy collapses into them, sobbing. She holds him tight, this woman who will one day be queen, sitting in the dirt outside her own palace, comforting a broken child. But what happens next shocks everyone. Kate doesn't just comfort Tommy and hand him over to authorities. She doesn't make a public statement and move on. Instead, she does something that goes against every royal protocol, something that makes her security team panic and her advisors frantically make phone calls. She takes Tommy home, not to the palace, to Adelaide Cottage, her family's private residence. She calls William, explains the situation. Within an hour, social services receives a call from the Prince of Wales himself, requesting emergency fostering approval. The media goes insane. Princess Kate takes in homeless boy. Royal protocol shattered. The future queen's bold move. But Kate doesn't care about protocols or headlines. That first night, she sits with Tommy as he eats his first proper meal in days. She runs him a bath, finds some of Prince Louis's clothes that might fit. She reads him a bedtime story, and tucks him into the guest room bed. "Will you still be here in the morning?" Tommy asks, fear creeping back into his voice. "I'll be here," Kate promises, "for as long as you need me to be." And she is. Over the following weeks, the story unfolds like something out of a fairy tale, but better because it's real. Tommy thrives in the Wales household. He plays with Prince George, Princess Charlotte, and Prince Louis, as if he's always been part of the family. He helps Kate in the garden. He has breakfast with Prince William, who teaches him to kick a football properly. The media coverage is relentless, but it's not the usual royal fluff. This is different. This is a future queen, who saw a child in need and acted not as a royal, but as a mother, as a human being. The legal process is complex. Tommy's father initially objects, but when he sees his son happy and healthy, genuinely cared for, he eventually agrees to relinquish custody. The adoption papers are fast-tracked through the courts. 6 months later, another unprecedented announcement rocks the nation. Their Royal Highnesses, the Prince and Princess of Wales, are delighted to announce the adoption of Thomas William Wales into their family. The boy who waited at the palace gates becomes a prince. But that's not the end of the story. That's just the beginning. Tommy's transformation captures the world's imagination. The shy, frightened boy becomes confident and joyful. He excels in school, shows natural talent for sports, and displays the same genuine warmth that endears his adoptive parents to millions. More importantly, his story inspires change. Donations to children's charities skyrocket. Foster care applications increase by 300%. A new initiative, Tommy's Fund, provides emergency support for children in crisis situations. Kate's bold decision becomes a defining moment of her future reign. Historians will later write about the day she chose compassion over protocol, humanity over hierarchy. Years later, when Tommy is grown and making his own mark on the world, reporters still ask him about those 3 days outside the palace gates. "I was just a scared little boy," he always says. "But she saw me, really saw me, not as a problem to be solved or a burden to be managed, but as a child who needed love. She could have done the expected thing, the safe thing. Instead, she did the right thing. And that," he adds with a smile that lights up his face, "made all the difference." The story of the boy at the palace gates becomes legend. A reminder that sometimes, the most powerful thing a person can do is simply care. That titles and crowns matter less than kindness. That love, not bloodline, makes a family. It starts with 3 words whispered by a frightened child: "I need help." It ends with a future queen, proving that sometimes, the best way to serve your people is to save just one of them. The boy who waited at the gates found what he was looking for. He found home.